WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Good morning and welcome into Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Hometown Today is presented by Professional Floor Covering, your store for floors and so much more. Randy and the team are there to help you design the perfect space. When it comes to flooring, they've got you covered. Quite literally, they've got over 1,000 samples of things like carpet. I mean, you wanted to talk about a carpet selection, they have you covered there. You think about any color, any pattern, any material, they're going to have it for you with carpet. They've also got a great selection of hardwood. They've got a really nice lineup of laminate and that very popular LVP flooring. That LVP flooring is such a great product. You get that nice wood look, but you get it much easier to clean, maintain, and they've got a wide, arrangement of that LVP, and it's getting really advanced. They're even putting little grooves in it to really make it feel just like wood, and they do tile and stone. And don't forget about the custom area rugs as well. If you've got a room that needs a good rug and you're like, man, I just can't find one that's pre-cut and pre-sized that fits the room right, they can make you a custom area rug out of any of that carpet we talked about earlier. And of course, the team at Professional Floor Covering, it's great working with them when you do your floors because they're going to come out to your home, get everything measured up. They can provide suggestions on different types of flooring. They can offer you up some different price points and options there as well, and then have your project done great. But of course, there's so much more than floors. They've got a wide selection of kitchen and bathroom countertops, cabinets, tiles, shower inserts, and so much more. Visit them today at 713 Park Avenue in Beaver Dam or online at proflr.com. Kale Zomer filling in for Ashley Dobrzinski this morning, and we've got Justin the Ninja Wilski up in the WBEV studio pushing all the buttons today. We appreciate Ninja's help, and this morning on the show, we are excited to welcome a couple of the folks with the Swan City Ice Skaters here in Beaver Dam. We have joining us Natasha Kopmeyer and Diane Brzezinski. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks so much for joining us. And, this is kind of perfect timing talking ice skating with the Olympics going on right now.
Yeah.
And so we're going to talk about that coming up a little bit later on. But for folks who maybe aren't familiar with the Swan City Skaters program, talk a little bit about what it is.
So we offer learn to skate classes and a lot of other classes, but classes start at, I think, 3 years old and go all the way up to adult. We have a Ice Explorers class, which is kind of just getting kids familiar with ice skates and kind of tromping around on the ice. Mm-hmm. And then, like I said, up to adult, like people who've maybe skated when they were kids and want to relearn, or brand new ice skaters.
So it's really for a wide variety of ages and skill levels, I imagine, too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So if you're an experienced skater, it's something you can join, or if you're brand new, that's something you can check out as well. I know it's been around for quite a while. Do we even have any idea off the top of your head, like how long has this been around now?
Oh gosh, you're catching me off guard now.
30 plus years.
Yeah, so our
minimum.
Synchronized ice skating competition has been around since 1996.
Okay.
So Swan City Ice Skaters predates 1996.
But we know, so 1996 is when that competition starts. And I was going to say, I know it's been around a long time. It's as long as I've been around Beaver Dam. I can remember hearing about it, going to Beaver Dam High School even. It was around back then. Is there anything about this program that maybe is different than other youth sports you might find?
The ice.
Yeah, not a lot of sports played on ice. They tried football once.
Right.
Didn't pan out very well.
Knives on your shoes.
Yeah.
It's different.
I think that's a lot different.
Yeah, it's different equipment. It's on the ice.
It's cold.
It's cold. Yeah, you kind of have that element of the cold to deal with. Well, let's talk about each of your involvement. Tell us, each of you, how long you've been involved and how you got involved.
Yeah, so my son plays hockey.
Okay.
He's been playing hockey since he was 3, so we've kind of been in and out for a couple years. But with Swan City Ice Skaters, my daughter, this is her 4th year on her synchronized skating team. We started and learned to skate in kind of just evolved from there. She wanted to be on a team, and synchronized skating is a great team sport. So she got into that, and I actually sit on the board for the family center. So.
Oh, okay. Very good. And Diane, how about you? How long have you been involved, and what got you involved?
We're a little newer to this sport. My daughter has been skating for just over 2 years, and she kind of took to it. Oh my gosh, I couldn't get her off the ice. So we went all in because she wanted to do it all. She did solo skating, she did learn to skate classes, and then wanted to skate with her friends, and we got talked into synchronized skating.
I had no involvement.
Right. We're sending her, I send her memos and text messages all the time. Like, thank you, Natasha. I'm at this ice rink again. But she just loves it. So she's just grown in her school and academics and also her sport. So it's a family.
You're both parents to ice skaters. What other role do you play in this? Are you helping coordinate? Are you helping coach? What other involvement do you have?
So we actually we're running the Swan Swan synchro skate that's coming up on the 14th, and you kind of just get involved in everything. Diane's doing the ice show. You just end up helping out everywhere, I think.
And we're going to be talking about some of those events coming up here in a little bit. For each of you, what's been your favorite part about getting to work with young skaters?
Watching them grow is it's amazing to like get to know kids outside of your family that become your family, and then just watch them develop, and it's amazing to be a part of that. So.
Diane, how about you?
They develop so fast, and to see their faces when they finally get this skill that you've seen them fall and fall and fall, and they quite literally have bruises everywhere, just like riding a bike. But when they get it, they tell everybody, and they're so proud of themselves, and they do the work. That's their hard work shining through. So that's a life lesson there you can't buy.
Exactly. Talking with Natasha Kottmeyer and Diane Brzezinski with the Swan City Ice Skaters. And there's going to be some events coming up. There's been some recent competitions, too. We'll talk about some of that stuff when we come back here on Hometown Today from 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. And welcome back to Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Hometown Today is presented by Professional Floor Covering, your store for floors, and so much more. We're visiting this morning with Natasha Kopmeyer and Diane Brzezinski with the Swan City Ice Skaters. And before the break, we were talking about the program, and we were mentioning that it's all for all different age levels or ages and skill levels. You get anywhere as young as 3 to up to adult. Can you just kind of give an overview of like how the program breaks down? Because like there's different levels within the program,
Correct.
right? How does that?
Yeah.
And there's like they have different names. Can you just talk about how that looks a little bit?
Yeah, so at Swans we have Ice Explorers, which is like for the little bitties.
Okay.
And then
Which, by the way, are so adorable. We
It's
went to
the cutest.
we went to the ice show last year, and adorable.
it's the cutest. And then you have your snowplow levels.
Okay.
And then you have basic levels, and then you move up to free skate levels, and then we have junior, senior ice. So there is some age stuff. So like if you're, I think, 6 and up, you don't do the snowplow levels. You go right to basic levels.
Gotcha. Very good. Can you talk a little bit, because you do have kids of so many different ages, obviously we know, the basic hard skills they're going to learn, right? The balancing on the ice and all that stuff. Can you talk a little bit about some of the other things, though, that they can learn by joining ice skating?
Yeah, so they, teamwork for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Resilience for sure. But as far as like the classes, we have like jumps and spin classes. We have princess class, prince and princess class. So that's for like the littler ones. They just get to like kind of dance around. They skate to Disney music and get to dress up. And
There's actually a rhythm component. That sounds really random to talk about that, but music is definitely a big part of figure skating. And with the Olympics on, I'm sure people are noticing that more and more and more. But we often have music on. The coaches talk about rhythm a lot with the skaters as they get into those higher levels. And
yeah, it has a dance element to it as well, right? It's not just that skating technical element. It's that that artistic element as well. And I mean, you talk about, some of the skills they learn. You mentioned resilience. I imagine that's got to be a really important one to stick through skating. I mean, there's not many other sports where you are knowingly going to fall down as many times as you do in ice skating, right? You have to learn to pick yourself. I mean, that is resilience in a nutshell. You mentioned the Olympics. Olympics are on. We're a few days in. So they're kind of build a little excitement around all the skaters this time when the Olympics are going and they get to see Team USA or whatever other team they might be cheering for.
yeah, definitely. Like my daughter especially is rooting there. She's got her favorites that she's been watching and rooting for. And the U.S. took gold in
the
team
event.
So
that was exciting.
She's pretty excited about that. She was watching, Quad God or
yeah,
whatever,
so big fans at our house.
So
big
definitely
fans.
there's a buzz.
I imagine the Olympics have been on at your houses quite a bit the last few days.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, same here. We love watching the Olympics. It's so much fun.
The fun thing with the Olympics this year is because Hannah's been skating for about 2 years now, so this is our first Winter Olympics we've done as a family, right?
Yeah.
And she'll sit there and she'll start calling out the moves that the skaters are doing. Oh, that's a half flip Lutz. I'm like, I don't even know what you're
There's
talking
a triple toe.
I'm like,
There's
you
a
actually
double
can
axel.
tell the difference. So that's been kind of fun for our family. We're kind of razzing her a little bit, like, oh, you got to get back on that ice. You want to start doing stuff like that. So it's been fun. It's motivation for the kids without even trying. They want to do that.
I can totally relate to that, Diane. As you know, I've got kids in gymnastics, and so that happens with the Summer Olympics too, right? The gymnastics comes on, and they want to watch, and they're watching Simone Biles. Oh, I want to do that someday, and it's such a great way to go. You know what? You should absolutely shoot for that.
Yeah,
you should
for
absolutely do that. I know, obviously, you guys practice over at the Beaver Dam Family Center. You share that space with a couple of hockey. I was going to say the hockey team, but a couple of hockey teams. You've got a couple high school teams. You've got the youth to the Wildfire. Absolutely. That's got to be really interesting coordinating all of those different programs at one center.
Yeah, definitely. I do not want Casey Sculmo's job.
I take hard pass.
She does a great job. I'm going to put a plug for her on here today.
Amazing. Nope.
Got a tough job. Yeah.
And how about a shout out to Opie, who keeps that rink nice and running and looking good. Yeah, he does a great job over there. So you share the space with some of the hockey teams. Have you guys? This isn't even feasible because of the schedules. Have you ever had anybody that has crossed over between ice skating and hockey, have gone one to the other, or have ended up doing both?
Yeah, we actually do. Some hockey focused kids do take our Learn to Skate classes because it's not just for like ice dance.
Yeah, figure skating.
You're just learning fundamentals of skating. We have had a couple of kids who like started out in our Learn to Skate program, moved over to hockey. We have people who do both.
Yep.
And at some level, there are competitions that the skaters get to compete in, and I think there's been a couple recently here, hasn't there been?
Yeah. We've had some solo competitions. Our synchronized skating teams, the higher levels, went to Midwest sectionals, and our Juve team actually made nationals. So they're headed to nationals in March.
The Juve team, what age levels is that?
That I believe is I think it's up to 13 years old. So that one's based on like a testing level and age.
So they've done some competitions. We're going to talk about some upcoming things. As a parent, as a coach, how exciting is it to get to kind of sit on the sidelines and watch these kids compete, especially, landing a skill or hitting a routine? How exciting is that for you?
It's exciting, but honestly nerve-wracking.
I bet
it is.
I
The
don't
emotions
breathe the entire
high.
time they're out there.
No.
I kid you not. Like, I'm grabbing somebody's hand because you see them and how hard they work and how much, like, obviously you think they deserve to do well because of all the hard work they put in. So you're just like, just hoping and praying they do as best as they, can. And when they get off the ice and they're proud of themselves, it's
It's so
exciting.
nerve-wracking,
Yeah.
exciting. It's a bundle of emotions. Like I said, Natasha, you watch these kids skate for 5, 6, 7 hours a week for a 2-minute program.
Yeah.
And they go out there and they just give it their best, and you're just so proud no matter what happens. So
it was interesting, watching some of the Olympic coverage of the last few days. I want to say, my memory doesn't serve me well, but I think I was watching speed skating, if I'm not mistaken. It was speed skating or figure skating, and they had a mom and dad of one of the athletes in the stands. And if you see, they do this once in a while where they actually mic them up and they'll talk to them from the the broadcasters will tell hi. And I think it was one of the speed skaters, and his mom and dad was in the crowd. And not only did they mic them up and talk to them, right before his performance, but they also put heart monitors.
Oh God!
oh
yeah.
my goodness. No.
I think Dad was a little nervous about talking on the broadcast because they cut to Mom and Dad.
cute.
Mom's heart rate was pretty much right at average heart rate. Dad's was already through the roof, and competition was still a few minutes.
Oh my gosh.
That's hilarious
It's
because
so
my
true,
son just played for state. He had play downs this last weekend and they ended up winning. But I was like checking my watch. I'm like, my heart rate has to be like through the roof right
Your
now.
Apple Watch is just warning
Yeah,
you,
right.
constant messages on your phone like, hey, you need to
Yeah.
rest a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll talk about, I know you've got a couple of different competitions and events, and then the spring show we'll get to. Let's run through some of what's coming up here.
Yeah, so Swan Synchro Skate, our baby we've been working on for a little bit here, that is this weekend. We're
Okay.
hosting actually 58 synchronized skating teams are coming
Wow.
from pretty much the
20
Midwest.
Yeah, 58 teams, 20 representing 22 clubs.
Wow, that's
from the
incredible.
Midwest.
Yeah, we have officials coming from the East Coast, West Coast,
Yep.
all over.
All emerging right here in Beaver
Yeah,
Dam.
they'll start
this
flying
weekend.
in on Friday, so
So
the
if you're-
weather is looking good. So
Yeah.
let's knock on some wood.
Yep.
Please. But yeah, it's exciting.
So if you're driving over by the area of the Family Center this weekend and you see
a
how
lot
busy
going
it
on.
is, you'll know why now.
Yep.
Exactly. What else is coming up?
So, like I said, our Juve team has actually made it to nationals, so they're headed to Utah in March. So we actually have a fundraiser going on for them right now, or on the 18th. That we have a Benvenuto's on the 18th. So if you're going to Benvenuto's or you're hungry for Italian, head over there and mention our Juve team, Inspire Juve, and then we actually have synchronized tryouts on 4/6. We have a tri-synchro
We have some
class
classes coming
before
up.
that. So if you're interested or your child's interested in learning about synchro, you can head over to the website and get more information there. We host a solo competition on April 18th, and then we have our ice show May 15th and 16th.
May 15th and 16th. I definitely recommend checking it. Do we know what the theme of the ice show is this year?
Yes.
Do you want me to say it or you
Sure.
want to say it?
Yeah. Go ahead.
The Sea is Calling, but it's Moana based.
Oh, very, very
Yeah.
cool.
So kids are very excited
yeah, it's
about
gonna
it.
be
Yeah,
Very
that's going to be
excited.
really fun for the whole family. I know we came out last year for the Inside Out
Yes.
theme, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
that was fun.
emotions.
Yeah.
Which was really, it's so well done. The kids loved the young lady that played. What was his name in the movie? Kind of a pink elephant.
Oh,
Bing
Bing
Bong.
Bong.
Bing Bong.
Bing Bong.
Yes, they loved the portrayal of Bing Bong. That was really, really fun, and it was really cool how you incorporate like not only the ice skating but a lot of other elements.
Yeah.
There was video element. It's really cool how that all mixes together to really
Yeah.
make a show. It's got to be quite the organization to get that going.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of planning.
we've
I
started.
say if you haven't, check it out because it's
Yeah.
not like
Yeah.
what you expect. I remember the first ice show I watched. I was like, oh my gosh, I did not expect quite the show.
Yeah, it's not it's not like, oh, I watched the Olympics for
Right.
this one person to do a routine for 2 minutes and then we're just sitting like it's a show. It's really cool. So again, that's coming up in May. Somebody out there is listening, maybe a parent, grandparent. Oh, I think my kid would love to just try out skating, or they used to ice skate. They've maybe taken a few years off, want to get involved. What's the first step? How do people get started? How can they get involved?
Yeah, I would say just visit our website. We have our list of classes and get in to learn to skate, and you can try out the other classes. Like I said, some of them are age based, so I would just check the description out. And if you have a little, we have some specialty classes for littles and all the way up. I'd
Yeah,
say.
and our new session starts February 22nd. So now would be a great opportunity to look at the website, start doing some reading, reach out with questions that we can get in that last session.
Anything else? We just got a minute left. Anything else you guys want to put out there? Any other ways? Maybe even if people aren't a parent, any way they can help support the program?
I would just say if you want to support the Family Center, just check the website. We have fundraisers going on, or come to the shows to support.
Come
just
enjoy a show.
Come to the synchronized skating competition. Check it out.
And again, you've got that fundraiser for the Juve team, right?
Correct,
Coming up
yeah.
at Benvenuto's. And what was the date on the Benvenuto's?
That is
fundraiser?
2/18.
February 18th. Go out and dine out at Benvenuto's and mention the Juve team and help them with some of those fees for their upcoming competition. Again, you mentioned the website. You guys got a Facebook page too, don't you?
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah.
The Swan City Ice Skaters Facebook page and the Swan Sensation Facebook page. So a lot of
right.
information overlaps, but
Yeah.
sometimes a little more focused on one or the other, depending on
Awesome.
content.
Anything else we missed today? Anything else you want to put out there before we let you go?
I don't think so.
Covered it all?
So
Fantastic. Well, looking forward to seeing some more ice skating, and I hope you guys have a really fun time over there.
Yeah, thanks so much for
awesome.
having us.
Thank you.
Awesome. Again, that is Natasha Kottmeyer and Diane Brzezinski with the Swan City Ice Skaters. Make sure to check out the website and the Facebook page for all the information that we talked about today. We'll have more Hometown Today coming up next on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. And welcome back to Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Hometown Today is presented by Professional Floor Covering, your store for floors, and so much more. Our thanks again to Natasha Kottmeyer and Diane Brzezinski for joining us from the Swan City Ice Skaters this morning. Always great to catch up with them, and it's just I love the great ice skating programs we have here in Beaver Dam. Justin the Ninja Wilski joining us from the WBEV studios. Good morning, Ninja. How are you?
Good morning, Kale. A big fan of the Swan City Ice Skaters. If not for what they do, but the family center over there is a beautiful facility.
It's so awesome to have a great facility like that in a community our size. You don't always see that in a community of this size, this type of area. And yeah, it's a great facility. Of course, I remember, you probably remember too, several years ago, got that great lighting upgrade through that awesome competition that they won. And yeah, it's really cool to see. And the ice programs that, both skating and hockey are really thriving here in Beaver Dam. So it's really exciting. And they all kind of, they all play into each other. They were talking about how some of this, hockey players, they started with the Learn to Skate program, right? They got to start somewhere. So, yeah, that's really cool. And, of course, it's even, it's kind of front of mind right now with the Olympics going on. Have you been watching much Olympics coverage?
I have been watching a little bit. I actually watched some recap of the U.S. curling team. Making their way into the gold competition.
Yeah, they'll be playing in not too long, about an hour and a half from now. They're going to be playing in that gold medal match. Corey and Corey. I can never remember their last names, but I remember both their first names are Corey. So it's just Corey and Corey. And I was telling Ashley yesterday, too, just they ran a great piece on them earlier in the Olympics here about, they were both kind of solo curlers, belonged to the same club, and then male Corey decided one day he thought they'd make a really good mixed double, so he basically did a curling proposal and brought her. I said, "Hey, let's go get dinner," which she's like, "Okay," and then he was all nervous, said, "I think we should be curling partners," and here they are getting ready to play for gold, which is super exciting. And by the way, they're from Duluth, Minnesota, so our neighbors right up there to the north there in Minnesota.
There you go.
They're up there. A lot of curlers out of Duluth there.
What else are you gonna do? There's ice everywhere.
There's ice everywhere. What do you get? Yeah, all right, well, we need something indoors. It's really cold outside. What should we do? We should go inside where there's some ice and throw some rocks. I realize it's far more than that, but I mean that's the John Schuster camp, right? That John Schuster, that led the team with Matt Hamilton, who one of our teammates over at ESPN Madison, and I'm sure he's watching closely. But looking at the medal count, I have to say, I know not everybody loves it. I actually really kind of enjoy the time change for the Olympics, for this particular Olympics being in Milan. I kind of like that it's happening during the day, our time during the day.
Yeah.
I like that. I didn't like when it was in, there's been when it would be in Asia, it was competitions were starting at 1 a.m. our time. And then they were wrapping
really
up by
9
a.m. our time.
Yeah,
so then you really kind of had the spoilers. Now you kind of have a shot. If you're lucky like us, you can have a TV at work with them on and watch them live or what, If you can't, they're on, the prime time is basically coming on as they're wrapping, so the spoilers aren't too, other than, Lindsey Vonn goes down, that stuff kind of, comes out early, but other than that. But looking at the medal count right now, Ninja, as we sit, and I know we got a lot of Olympics to go, a good week and a half left, but right now, Norway sitting in the number one spot with 11 total medals. 6 of those are gold. They are just killing it at this Winter Olympics. We've got Switzerland in second place with 5 total medals, 3 of those gold. The home country of Italy is in third place with 10 total medals, 2 of those gold. Japan sitting in fourth with 7 total medals, 2 golds. Sweden in fifth with 5 medals, 2 golds. And United States of America in sixth place with 4 total medals, 2 gold. We know we're going to add a medal into that in a couple of hours with the curling team after they play, because they will medal.
Right.
But the question is, will it be gold? Hopefully, and if it is, they should jump up a few spots here in the medal count. Need a little momentum for Team USA here, but the ice skating team was off to a phenomenal start, so that's great too.
Right. How's the girls hockey team doing? The U.S. hockey team.
Let's see. The last I checked, I was actually just They are due up. I think they play Canada today, if I'm not mistaken. I have to double check on. Might have to double check on that during the next break. But so yeah, Olympic coverage is always fun. Valentine's Day Ninja is coming up on Saturday, so which means. Probably by Friday, you might want to start your Valentine's Day shopping.
Friday
somewhere
night,
in there.
Saturday
Friday,
morning.
Saturday. Yeah, exactly. I've already gotten my wife already gave. Not even only got. I actually have already given her part of her Valentine's gift. So I'm in pretty good shape. I'm in pretty good shape there. Obviously, a really popular choice for Valentine's Day: roses.
Of course.
Right. Everybody loves the roses. Unfortunately, they're not getting very cheap.
Yeah, I mean, they weren't super cheap to begin with, but I imagine, like, you're about to blow me away with some sort of price that's going to make me cry, aren't you?
like everything else, they're going up in price. There's a new report out that looked at the pricing of roses throughout the 50 states. Overall, Americans, on average, a dozen roses this year is going to set you back about $93.07 for the dozen, which is up 16% from just 3 years ago. That was $80.16 back in 2023. So pretty good bump up. But that can vary quite a bit depending on what state you are in, because they actually looked at all 50 states and figured out where they're the most expensive and where they are the least expensive. Now, if you had to guess the state where roses were most expensive, what would be your guess?
I mean, I'd want to say it's probably someplace where, like, roses don't grow naturally. So I'm thinking like maybe Alaska because it's super cold.
Alaska would be a pretty solid choice, but no.
No, okay.
But you're thinking you're headed in the right direction. The most expensive is Hawaii.
Do they not have roses in Hawaii?
Well, I don't think they have a lot, and I imagine a lot of it has to do with that, right? Almost everything in Hawaii is more expensive because of having to ship it out there.
That's true.
Right through the ocean.
Yeah,
so
it's like $40
that's probably
per
a
gallon
big
of milk.
part of it there. A lot of shipping costs added. So Hawaii, we said on the national average about $93 a dozen. In Hawaii, it's going to be closer to $127 a dozen. Kansas and Texas are tied for second at about $113, followed by Montana and North Dakota. Very interestingly, I wouldn't have guessed like the Midwest being in there.
Right.
As far as the lowest prices for roses, that belongs to Indiana, where the average price of a dozen roses is just $72. Massachusetts is second cheapest at $75, followed by California and Pennsylvania. And believe it or not, just after that in the cheapest category was your first guess for most expensive, Alaska.
Really?
Yeah, isn't that interesting? And of course, as is with basically every survey and poll that happens when they rank 50 states, Wisconsin basically falls smack dab in the middle. It's why it's why they call us the Midwest, because we land in the middle of every list. We're right in the middle of the list, and at an average of about $85.33 for a dozen roses.
That's crazy. I mean, I will admit, though, a long time ago, took some great advice that was given to me, and rather than buy your sweetie roses, buy her a rose bush or a rose plant and plant it for her. Then she'll have roses every year.
See, I like that idea. That's good thinking. Yeah, that's smart. Well, I'll tell you what. Based on some of those numbers, I'm not very good at math, but I imagine that $2,000 could buy you quite a few roses.
It probably could.
I think it could buy you a few dozen roses, and whether you want to spend $2,000 on roses, you want to spend $2,000 on vacation, whatever you want, you got a shot at $2,000 with our 95.3 WBEV Poker Run, which kicks off this week. Tomorrow already, Ninja. I can't believe tomorrow's Wednesday. We're kicking off the Poker Run tomorrow.
You are correct. We're going to be out at the Landing Pub and Grill tomorrow, 4 to 7 for the kickoff location.
Yeah, it's going to be super exciting. And this year, we are giving away to the winner $2,000. I mean, who couldn't use $2,000? You're sitting here waiting for your tax refund. You can play along with us on the Poker Run, have a lot of fun, hang out with us, and win $2,000. So yeah, and for folks who haven't done this before, super easy. We've got 8 stops on our Poker Run. You come out to as many as you can. You get 1 card at each, and then you build your best 5-card hand. Now you can go to all 8 and get 8 cards, and then out of the 8, you use the 5 best to build your best hand.
Right.
You just make it to 5. That's what you got. However you want to play it, but come out, get as many. You got to have 5, right? You got to have 5 to play the game.
Yeah, exactly.
So you got to come out to at least 5. But yeah, you come out, you build your best 5-card hand over the period of that about 9 weeks, and then at the final stop, which is coming up April 8th, that'll be at the Dump Bar and Grill in Cambria from 4 to 6. the person with the best 5-card hand going to win that $2,000. And yes, there's plenty of tiebreakers in place. We've had to use that a couple of times.
yeah.
What do you? We've had a couple of different hands win the poker run. What's your prediction for what the winning hand is going to be this year, Ninja?
See, we've had some really solid hands come out on top, and I'd love to see somebody win it with something really unexpected. Like, I want to see, like, 5 2s. Just take it. Like,
Ooh.
nobody's got anything better.
5 2s is an interesting call. I'm going to go full house, but I think we're going to go a really interesting full house. I think we're going to have 4s and 2s.
4s and 2s. I thought you were going to say 6s and 7s, honestly.
Oh, yeah, I missed out on my opportunity. That I can't. Somebody's going to get that in their hand. Somebody's going to get a straight with a 6-7. I can just feel it. So, and by the way, if you don't win first place, all good, because there's also a second place prize, which is a Chula Vista Resort prize pack, which includes water park passes for 4 and $100 in dining at Kaminsky's Chop House. And then third place going to win a $25 gift card from all of our stops. So you get $25 gift cards from all of those places, which is really cool. So you can go back around, do your own little tour on your own schedule, and that way you come around for the poker run. You order something up, you try something new, and find what you like, and then you've got the gift cards to go around and enjoy some more stuff there. So again, all the details on our poker run are available at the contest page at DailyDodge.com. When we come back, Ninja and I will tell you what's going on here on Hometown Today from 95.3 WBEV. Since 1998, the Good Karma Brands John Moser Children's And welcome back to Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Hometown Today is presented by Professional Floor Covering, your store for floors, and so much more. Kil Zomer alongside Justin the Ninja Wilski with you this morning here on Hometown Today. And Ninja, we're going to get to what's going on in just a moment. But before that, I had a story come across my desk that I just had to share because I think you're going to appreciate this as much as I did. And this kind of this is from the file of only in Florida would this happen. Now,
all right, I'm ready.
You've probably seen that in recent weeks, Florida and really a lot of the South got hit with a really nasty cold snap, like really, really severe for what they're used to, right? They're not prepared for that. Texas as well. So Florida got hit hard, and it was very, very cold. And as you've probably seen over the last couple of years, teams to make the round on social media is when that happens in Florida, they have an issue with iguanas falling out of the trees because they freeze. Have you seen this?
I had not. So it literally rains iguanas there?
Yeah, so it's freezing the iguanas and they're falling out of trees. Now, it's a little unclear. I think from what I understand, they're not necessarily dead, but they're kind of at a state where they can't really live. So I think a lot of them get euthanized, if I'm not mistaken. Well, leave it to Florida to come up with another creative solution and add it into their culinary dishes. A restaurant called Buck's Coal-Fired Pizza in North Palm Beach recently went viral for their pizza called the Everglades. It's a pizza topped with bacon, venison, and, yes, iguana meat. The reptiles, which enter a state of paralysis, fall from trees when temperatures drop below 40. And they've also apparently been being used by residents to make, quote, chicken of the trees tacos. So you've heard of chicken of the seas. Now you have chicken of the trees. The Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission does encourage turning the animals in for humane euthanasia. It is legal to hunt them on private property. Enthusiasts describe the flavor as a mix between chicken and frog legs.
Okay. I've had chicken and I've had frog legs. You
have tried a lot of interesting foods in your life. Would you try iguana meat?
I mean, I would. The only thing that kind of throws me is I've had family and friends who've owned iguanas, and I've never looked at it and been like, I bet that'd be tasty.
Yeah, that looks good. Yeah. Who is this? Dinner?
Right, but maybe you feel different if it's a wild iguana that fell out of a tree.
I guess, yeah.
Sure.
Deer hunting, iguana hunting, I guess, to each their own. Yeah, I thought that was pretty amusing. If I were down in Florida and happened to go out to this restaurant and I saw it, I think I would have a hard time not at least trying it.
Oh, I would definitely try it. Which is crazy because I won't do pineapple on pizza, but sure, bring on the iguana.
That's fast. That's a argument for a whole nother time. Well, Ninja, coming up, we mentioned this Saturday is Valentine's Day, and I'll tell you what, if you're not sure what to do for a date, maybe bring the significant other over to the ESPN Beaver Dam Slam at the Dam that's going to be going on at Beaver Dam High School this Saturday.
Oh, this is absolutely huge. For people who don't know, of course, happening on Saturday on Valentine's Day. And what a better way to show love than some head-to-head basketball action. We've got 6 games lined up, starting at 11 a.m. with Watertown taking on Waukesha South. Then immediately following that with Monona Grove versus Hartford. Then Seymour versus Lake Mills. Then we got Slinger versus Waupun, Freedom versus Lakeside Lutheran, and we wrap up the day with Beaver Dam versus Monroe. It's great because a lot of these teams don't normally get to see each other throughout the normal season. So this gives them a chance to kind of play each other, get to know each other a little bit, take on teams that maybe do things a little bit differently.
Yeah.
It's a lot of entertaining basketball. It's a full day of it. Of course, we're going to have it on 1430 ESPN for you to listen to. We're going to have it on DailyDodgeTV for you to watch if you can't make it. But it's really cool to be there when these games are happening.
Yeah.
A lot of high emotions, a lot of stuff going on. It's a lot of fun. And, of course, our video sponsors, I got to mention them because they're doing a great job of helping us get this on the air for everybody to watch. JB Mechanical and Summit Automotive have come on board to make sure that ESPN Slam at the Dam is available to you to watch on Daily Dodge TV.
Yeah, we appreciate their help, and it's going to be a really fun day of basketball. Before we get to that on Saturday, speaking of high school sports, we were talking with Natasha and Diane from Swan City Ice Skaters. We were talking about how some of the hockey players have started out in those learn to skate programs, and we've got Beaver Dam girls hockey coming up tonight over on Daily Dodge TV as the Beaver Dam girls host Janesville, and you can catch that. The coverage starts about 6:45. Puck drops about 7 o'clock. Also want to mention, Ninja, it's Valentine's Day on Saturday. And don't want to forget to mention, because you got till tomorrow morning, we've got a Valentine's Day giveaway going on over on our Facebook page, WBEV Radio on Facebook, and we're giving away a Chula Vista Resort one-night stay and $50 dining to Kaminsky's Chop House. All you got to do is go into our Facebook page before tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. and go to the comments section, look for our Valentine's Day giveaway post, and in the comments we just want you to tell us how you met your Valentine. And there's already been some great comments in there, some great stories, some great meet cutes. So yes, I threw a film term in there for you, Ninja. You're very welcome. So make sure you check that out. You got till 7 a.m. tomorrow, and then we will announce the winner. Ninja, thanks so much for helping out today, man. It was great to have you.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Always feel the love when I can be able to help out with you guys, and appreciate we get a chance to talk with you on air anytime, Kale.
All right, that is going to do it for us today. We'll be back here tomorrow on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. You can't leave him alone for a 12.
Tap into Your District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in